The Phantom Troupe, a group feared across the world of Hunter x Hunter, thieves, assassins, killers, each one powerful enough to wipe out entire armies on their own. But here's the big question fans have been debating for years. Who is the strongest Phantom Troupe member? Is it the brute force of Uvogin, the lethal speed of Feitan, or the cunning genius of their leader Chrollo Lucilfer? In this video we'll take a deep dive into every member of the Phantom Troupe, break down their powers and feats, and finally crown the strongest spider of them all. Chrollo Lucilfer, the leader of spiders. Every spider needs a head, and that's Chrollo Lucilfer. Chrollo isn't just the leader, he's one of the most skilled nen users alive. His Hatsu skill hunter is both terrifying and versatile. It allows him to steal the abilities of other nen users and store them inside his conjured book, Bandit's Secret. The catch: he can only use a stolen ability if the book is open to that page. But here's where it gets scary. In his fight against Hisoka in Heaven's Arena, Chrollo revealed that he could use multiple stolen abilities at once, chaining them together with insane creativity. He combined Black Voice for puppet control, Gallery Fake for cloning, and even Sun and Moon for explosive traps, overwhelming Hisoka despite Hisoka's ingenuity. Chrollo has perfected his specialist abilities to their peak. Combined with his tactical genius and leadership, Chrollo isn't just a strong spider, he's arguably the deadliest. Hisoka Moro, the wildcard. Though not always an official member, Hisoka Moro is one of the most infamous characters tied to the troupe. Hisoka is unpredictable, manipulative, and absolutely thrives in combat. His nen ability, Bungee Gum, seems simple at first. It has the properties of both rubber and gum. But Hisoka weaponizes this in endlessly creative ways, attaching it to opponents, pulling objects mid-battle, controlling corpses, or even restarting his own heart after being fatally injured. Hisoka's fight with Chrollo proved just how dangerous he can be. Even though he lost, he managed to push Chrollo to use every trick he had. Hisoka's biggest strength isn't his Hatsu, it's his cunning. His combat IQ and ability to improvise make him one of the scariest fighters in Hunter x Hunter. And while he may not be an official spider anymore, Hisoka's vendetta against the troupe means he'll always be linked to them. Illumi Zoldyck, the manipulator. From the infamous Zoldyck family comes Illumi, a master of both assassination and manipulation. While not a core troupe member, he often allies with them. Illumi's needle-based nen manipulation allows him to control entire groups of people, turning them into his puppets. He can also alter his own body, disguising himself or enhancing his combat ability. This makes him both a master assassin and a terrifying battlefield controller. Unlike other troupe members, Illumi doesn't rely on flashy destructive abilities. Instead, his cold, methodical approach and the sheer scale of his manipulation put him in a different league. Feitan Porter, the interrogator. When it comes to speed and lethality, few can match Feitan. Known as the troupe's torturer, Feitan is sadistic and ruthless in combat. His Hatsu, Painpacker Rising Sun, is one of the most destructive in the entire series. When injured, Feitan converts the pain he's taken into energy, releasing it as a miniature sun that incinerates everything nearby. Even fellow troupe members have to flee when he activates it. During the Chimera Ant arc, Feitan defeated Zazen, the self-proclaimed Chimera Ant Queen, despite being out of practice. This feat alone shows how terrifying his true potential is when serious. Fast, deadly, and brutal, Feitan is one of the strongest close combat spiders. Uvogin, the powerhouse. If Feitan is speed, Uvogin is pure raw strength. The troupe's enhancer and frontline tank, Uvo relished close combat above all else. His nen ability amplified his physical strength to insane levels. His punches had the force of missiles, and at full charge he could unleash attacks comparable to small nukes. His durability was just as extreme. Bullets, bazookas, and explosives barely scratched him. But Uvo was straightforward. He relied almost entirely on brute strength, lacking the versatility of someone like Chrollo or Feitan. Even so, his sheer physicality earned him the title of the troupe's strongest in terms of raw power. Finks Magcub, the Winding Fist. Finks is another physical monster. His ability, Ripper Cyclotron, allows him to wind his arm like a spring, charging up energy for a devastating punch. The more rotations, the stronger the strike. At full charge, Finks' attacks could theoretically one-shot almost anyone. Combined with his aggressive nature and incredible durability, Finks is one of the most dangerous brawlers in the troupe. Machi Komasini, the Thread Mistress. Machi is the troupe's assassin and healer. Her nen threads are razor-sharp, nearly unbreakable, and versatile. She can use them to sew wounds shut, immobilize opponents, or even set deadly traps. Her speed is one of her biggest assets. In fact, Hisoka once admitted that if Machi chased him, he wouldn't be able to escape easily. Beyond combat, her healing skills are invaluable, making her one of the most important spiders for the group's survival. Banolonov and Dongo, the war dancer. At first glance, Banolonov may seem strange, but his abilities are devastating. Covered in holes across his body, he uses them to play music that channels his nen into powerful attacks. His ultimate move, Battle Cantabile Jupiter, summons a massive nen sphere that can crush entire landscapes. This level of destructive potential makes Banolonov one of the hidden powerhouses of the spiders. Nobunaga Hazama the swordsman. Every group needs a blade, and Nobunaga fills that role. He's a master swordsman, with reflexes sharp enough to spar with Uvogin and hold his own against Gon and Killua. Though he lacks flashy abilities, Nobunaga's precision and skill with his katana make him deadly in close quarters. He's consistent, reliable, and always ready to strike. Franklin Bordeaux, the machine gun. Franklin's ability turns him into a walking weapon by transforming his fingers into nen machine guns. He can unleash devastating barrages of bullets that tear through enemies with ease. Combined with his tank-like durability, Franklin excels in large-scale battles where overwhelming firepower is needed. Sholnak, the controller. Sholnak usually acted as a support member, but his nen ability, Black Voice, was incredibly versatile. By attaching antennas to targets, he could control them like puppets. Even more terrifying was when he turned the ability on himself. This triggered a transformation where his strength, speed, and reflexes skyrocketed, what he called Ultra Instinct. In this state, he was almost unstoppable, though it drained his life force quickly. Shizuku Murasaki, the cleaner. Shizuku's conjured vacuum Blinky is one of the most unique abilities in the series. It can suck up anything non-living from toxic poison to massive debris. While not designed for offense, Shizuku is deceptively deadly. Her utility makes her an essential support spider, and in the right situation, her ability can neutralize enemies completely. Kaluto Zoldyck, the youngest spider, the youngest member of the Zoldyck family. Kaluto joined the troupe after Hisoka's departure. His paper-based nen techniques allow him to slice enemies with deadly precision. Though still developing, Kaluto's potential is immense. As the youngest spider, he represents the future of the troupe. Pakanoda, the memory bullet. Pakanoda's nen wasn't built for combat. Instead, her memory bullet allowed her to read people's memories and share them with others through nen-infused bullets. This made her invaluable for intelligence gathering, though in direct battles she was one of the weaker spiders. Cortopi, the copycat. Finally, Cortopi, his ability, Gallery Fake, allowed him to create perfect copies of objects. While useful for infiltration and deception, it had no real combat application. Cortopi's death, alongside Pakanoda's, marked the first major losses for the troupe, showing that even spiders can be crushed. So, who's the strongest Phantom Troupe member? After looking at every spider, let's answer the question. Who is the strongest? Raw strength, Uvogin. Speed and lethality, Feitan. Sheer destruction, Banolonov and Finks. Support and utility, Machi Shizuku. Sholnak. Tactical genius and versatility, Chrollo Lucilfer. The Phantom Troupe isn't just one strong fighter, it's a collection of monsters, assassins, and geniuses, each bringing something unique to the table. Together they form one of the most terrifying groups in all of Hunter x Hunter.